Are you looking to create an event, a bootcamp, or some kind of thing where you want people to register and you want to have their email, their phone number, and be able to send them emails about that event? Look no further, because you can do that for free with Systeme, and I'm going to show you how. And I'm also going to share a template so that you can adapt this and make it your own. So if you don't have a Systeme account, I invite you to use my link and follow along. This is an affiliate link, so if you stay on the free version, of course, that doesn't make any difference for you either. But if you go on the paid version, it will help support my channel as well. But what you can do today, you can do it with a free version. So let's go over and show you what happens when you have your Systeme account and you have activated the template that I'm sending you. The funnel that I have created is titled Bootcamp Sign Up. You can go to the settings section here on the right and edit the name of the bootcamp and also which funnel domain you want to have it on. If you don't have a domain name at present, you can use Systeme's own, which will look something like this. In my case, tisha.systeme.io, and it works just as well. Otherwise, I'm going to put it on my English domain. And if you were to charge for this, you can have different payment methods incorporated in your account and be charging for free through Systeme. So this is the bootcamp editing. Just to show you how the regular system works, if you want to have the intro page, let's just call it intro in this case, you can choose what category of template you want to use. So squeeze page is anything where you're squeezing the contact's details, and you can have forms and otherwise thank you pages, sales pages. You have multiple different types in here. So if you were to choose a squeeze page, just to show you, there's multiple different templates you could use and adapt them, change the pictures, change the fonts, colors, everything to make it your own. So as you can see, there's plenty of templates to use. And I will show you now the one that I created. But as you can see, I'm still scrolling. There's lots of different ways to do this. We're going to ignore these templates and go to the one that I created for you. I gave the initial name of the template Bootcamp, and then the thank you page is Thanks Bootcamp. Just to make it simple, when you have multiple opt-in pages, you really want to keep track of them. And then I have a little automation rule here, which is that when people have subscribed, they get a tag named Bootcamp. So how do you add and change tags? Let me duplicate this page and go to the under contacts. I can go to tags and create a new contact here on the right. Now, I already did Bootcamp for this one, but you can have other tags. In my case, I have the unlimited plan because I want to have a lot of tags, but you can just stay on the simple side and have this tag of the bootcamp just to start. You will also need to send an email to let people know that they have opted in correctly. So here you can just add the action and you could send one single email or subscribe them to a campaign. This is a sequence of emails that if you were to have them pre-recorded. Otherwise, you can just send one email confirming that they're set. And then because they have this tag, you can send an email to everybody with this tag to give them live updates of your bootcamp process. So this being said, we're saving it. We didn't do any changes, but in the step configuration, we are going to edit it. So what I did here is I put my logo on the top, and here on the left, you can choose which picture you have or what kind of information you're adding. You can also change the image size, and it's very convenient that you can have it like on a visual scale and make it as big as you consider adequate. On the left, you can also see this is a desktop view, and you can see the mobile view and make adjustments if you wish so that the mobile view, it's perhaps a little larger to make it convenient. Going back to the desktop view, here is a very interesting feature they have added. So you can see this row and this one is kind of overlapping. The way they achieve this, and this is one of the designs, is that for this row in the left, we can see that the top margin is at minus 470 in this case. So it is overlapping with the previous segment. So this is just an editing feature. You can have it or not, or adjust it as you wish. I included here a picture because this is a social media bootcamp. it seemed adequate, and you can change any image here on the left. And then I have my title. Then I have an email address and a name. Now, let's say you would like to have a phone number as well. So you can duplicate the name field and move it down. So we have it down here. And now for this form input, I'm going to duplicate it as well and move it down. Now you can notice that I have 2 name fields. Of course, that's not right. So if you click on the form input here on the left, you can see which type and what placeholder text you will have. I have chosen English as a language, but since Systeme is available in half a dozen languages, you can also have presets in French or German or Spanish as you wish. So we have email address, we have name, and for the second one, for the third one, I'm going to have phone number with country code. And then here, I'm going to change for first name, I'm going to change it to phone number. And I will write phone number with country code. I'm going to put it twice. I know it's redundant, but most people otherwise don't put the country code, and then you don't even know what country they're from. If you want to be on the safe side, you could actually add another form field here on the left. You see all the options you have. You can add it and ask for the country, and then you would know what country they're from. Then we have the button, and the button, you want to make sure that it's saying that it will be sending the form. If you're not sending the form, you will not be recording the information of these people. Because it happened to me that I put it like, oh, show the next step URL or show this other URL. That's very nice, but if you do it on this section, then the form is not going to be recorded. You want the button to record the form. And then if you have it as send form afterwards, you can choose sending the people where. So there you would say just the next step. And automatically for this funnel, they will be sent to the next page that is immediately under in the left side bar as we saw before. I'll show it to you afterwards as well. So you would have here some information about this event, and perhaps I want to change the colors. If you want to say like, I'm not sure I want this color, then for the background color you can define. In this case, I used the same dark color, but made it transparent. But because of this form being overlapping the previous one, I could move it down and bring it here, but it's actually pretty nice the way it is like this. Now I'm just going to make sure that it looks good on the mobile as well. It does not, because on the mobile, I am seeing this information below. It's not overlapping as fancy as you can see it on the desktop version. Therefore, I'm going to make sure that this row is further down so that it lands outside. And then for this text, I am going to make it dark because otherwise people are not going to be able to read it. So let me make it purple instead, kind of contrasting. Now we would say, this color of purple is not the other color of purple. That's disturbing. So you can go here and check what background color do we have. And here is the hex code. This is slightly advanced, but it makes it so fancy. You can just copy it with Command-C if you're on a Mac or Control-C if you're in a Windows. And then go to this text, mark it, and where it says color, change it to the other hex color. Then that would make it exactly the same shade. So I like that kind of little fancy things. And here I've added my picture, and actually I would like to have a text field explaining who I am and why they would be wanting to learn from me. So you can have this on this side where it says 3 days of amazing content. Just keep writing and say why you are going to be teaching this and why this is good, why they would be needing to learn from you. So here we could also note that this text block, the name here is kind of stuck to the upper field. I don't really like that. So you can add some margin and choose that the upper margin, which is this one, we can make it a 10, and then this item goes down. And then we do the same on this one and make the upper margin at 10 and enter. And now the spacing is a little more even. If you're happy with this, we could double check that it looks good on the mobile. It will look like this. And you can, of course, switch things around. Now, for the bottom bar, you can add more information here. I just wrote created by me with my website link. And in this case, you see this is a hyperlink. If you want to hyperlink something, you just mark it. And with this icon, you can add what kind of link it is. It's already hyperlinked. So, oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. It's still hyperlinked. So now we're saving the changes here and exiting. So as I mentioned, the left bar menu is going to show you in which sequence the pages will be seen. And this is one that is not published yet. I'm going to just delete it because I was just showing you how to do that. So for the URL set page, which is the thank you page, if we go to edit this, what I did here is adding my logo on the top, and I have an ebook for sale. So I'm adding a button in this. And here I added a little introductory page I like where I say, well, check your email for more details. And I'm adding how they can follow me on different social media. If you're going to do your bootcamp in a group, you can make a button here that says go to the group. And for editing this, in this case, I click the button that is called Telegram. And on the left menu, you can see that it's set to open URL. And here is the URL of the Telegram group. If you were to do this on Facebook, you just grab the link of the Facebook group and put it in here. You scroll down, and for the button text, of course, you would be switching it to Facebook in this case, if this is where you're going to do it. And then I'm going to change it back so that I don't get confused myself. And you can have a subtext if you wish to have a second line, free channel, for instance, if you want to have it, or you can just delete it. And you can adjust this, the fonts and the size of the fonts. It's very flexible. And for the color of the button, in this case, the Telegram color is very like the Facebook color. So you could just leave it on blue if that's the case. So this would be the page. And here at the bottom, I've added my link again and my logo again. And I've put the borders a little rounded because I like that's kind of fancy. So that fits my style. We save the changes and we exit. Now, something quite important to make sure, in this case, it's already made in this example, but you want to edit it when you do it for yourself. On the left side to the top, you can edit the settings of the whole page. And something you want to make sure is that the SEO is correct. To start with, choose the language. As I mentioned, you have even Japanese. So you have multiple options here for the language. And then you add a title. This will be visible in the search engines in Google and so forth. So you want this one to be seen. So it says Social Media Bootcamp, Free Social Media Bootcamp with Tisha Clemets, May 15 through 17. Now, I must say this is not an actual bootcamp. I don't have it planned to do, but I just had to put this as an example. Keywords, Social Media Bootcamp, author Tisha Clemets, the image that I'm going to be using, which is the same image, and unhide from search engines. Please note that in Systeme, all pages by default are hidden from search engines. So if you want this page to be findable in Google, and obviously if you want to get guests to your event, you want the page to have as much visibility as possible. You have to make sure you unhide it as soon as you have it done, so that when Google crawls your page and finds it, it will be able to be seen in search engines. And with this, we're all set. So now you make sure you write your little email and add it here to the automation rules to welcome your guests for this bootcamp. And later, you can even check the stats here and see how many people actually viewed it and how many people opted in, which is very useful, especially if you're running ads, to see how well the page is converting. And this you can filter through different dates, which makes it extremely convenient. So keeping it simple, I'm not going to go through all the other details right now, but if you want me to make a little tutorial on how to do an automated email sequence called in Systeme a campaign, I'd be happy to do so. Just leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to add it. Finally, this one here is the link that you can copy right here. And this is the link that you will be promoting, sending out in your emails, promoting on social media to get people to the bootcamp. That being said, thank you for being on my YouTube channel. I have 6 years of experience doing things on YouTube, but it's been on the Spanish side of things. So this channel, my baby channel, is starting to get content in English now. If you haven't met me, feel free to go to Instagram to hang out. You can send me a message. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss on any further tutorials. My name is Tisha Clemets. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years, always working online, and I love technology. I currently run 2 businesses, one with network marketing in the health and wellness space, and the other one teaching fellow entrepreneurs to promote their businesses online. Thank you, and see you on the next tutorial. And don't forget to get on Systeme if you want to use these tools. Thank you.